because we have pictures from some, we have pictures from the project. We can say like, here's that project.
It's a
Yeah.
great idea.
It adds a
Let's
visual,
do that next
it's visual, way more effective than just us.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Good evening. Welcome to the Troy City Council Public Utilities Committee agenda. Today is June 6, 2024, and if you can all please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'm going to do a roll call here. Councilmember Casey. Councilmember Vera.
Present.
Okay. Council President Steele ex officio. Present. And I am present. Irene Soriento. Also present with us is Councilmember Spain McLaren, Councilmember Brosnan. We also have with us here our city engineer, Russ Reeves, and Andrew Goldman, right? Golden, sorry. And Nathan Panisi from Public Utilities, as well as Richard Moxie from Corporation Council. So our presentation of the agenda is in regards to the CSO project, but I'm going to open it up to public forum. If anybody would like to speak on anything on the agenda, on agenda items. Would anyone like to speak on the CSO project which is on the agenda? Okay, I'll ask one more time. Would anyone like to speak on the CSO project? Okay. Now I will leave it to you folks to give us an update on it.
I can go for it too. So I'll just start with like a brief overview of the overall CSO projects. Up until the 1970s, we didn't really have anything outside of the combined system. So when they built the sewer system, the sewer treatment plant in South Troy, which is operated by Rensselaer County, previous to that, all of the sewage went directly into the Hudson River. So they built that in the 1970s. We have 47 outfall pipes that lead to the Hudson River. Now they're all connected to the Rensselaer County interceptors, which bring it down to the treatment plant. Usually when we have some sort of rain or wet weather event, we have an overflow condition where we do send sewage into the Hudson River. So all of these projects, the CSO projects, are designed to limit the amount of rainfall that goes into the combined system, so it's less for the county system to handle. We've completed a bunch of projects recently, since 2013 till now, part of the consent order with Albany Pool Communities, which is a group effort between Albany, Troy, Rensselaer, Green Island, Cohoes, and Waterville to improve the overall quality of the Hudson River water. We're currently working on the Van Buren Stormwater Separation Project down in South Troy. And that's pretty much, there's a stream at the end of Trenton Street that connects, flows overland and then into the combined sewer system. So the project is removing that Trenton stream bed water into its own dedicated 36-inch stormwater pipe that goes to the Hudson River and doesn't get involved into the combined sewer system. And that started about a month ago and will be done by the most likely October, November 2024.
Here. Council President.
So does that complete is this an ongoing contractual agreement with the other municipalities?
Yes, until we finish all of the projects in the order. So we have one more project After this, the Cross Street relining project. We have to reline some sewer pipe down near the Cross Street pump station. Most of the projects are done. We're at the tail end of the consent order. Albany just finished their big project with the Big C. That was a $50 million project that's going online this year. And then there's a couple other smaller projects in, Green Island, and I think Waterville has one or two left.
Chair?
Councilmember Vera.
What is you said we have 47 CSOs?
Yep, that's correct. We had 48, but then one was eliminated in one of the projects.
Okay. Are any going to be, just one is going to be eliminated by the current project, Van Buren?
Van Buren, we're not going to remove one. We're going to keep the outfall pipe, but it won't be receiving any combined sewer, like untreated sewer water.
And then what is what amount of rainfall has to occur in order for us to have a discharge? Is it most storm events there's a discharge?
Most storm events, yes.
Does the city contribute any funds to the other projects that occur in other municipalities?
Absolutely, yes. And then so the way it's broken down is pretty much by population. Albany pays in 60-something%. We pay 30-something% as the two, large communities, and then Rensselaer, Cohoes, and Green Island, they all have a smaller, like single-digit percentage.
So they're all contributing to these two projects, and we're contributing to theirs as well.
Exactly. We pay, we foot the bill for 34% of projects in other municipalities, but then they pay into us. So Albany pays for, 60% of whatever this Van Buren project is.
That's all I had at the moment.
Okay.
Chair,
Council President.
could you go through for the new members' benefit,
Mhm.
how this is being financed, how the city is paying for this?
That's a good question that I don't really have a firm handle on. I know more like the technical side of the physical projects.
Okay,
I want to share that these projects were bonded. We get reimbursed by the Environmental Facilities Corporation. When we receive monies, we then write a check to Albany, and Albany then reimburses us for some of the work that we do. It was an unusual arrangement, but at the time, the Facilities Corporation felt that with the amount of outfalls in each of these municipalities, they said, well, we're going to appropriate $150 million to address the CSOs. So the city has a total of 7 CSOs, large CSOs. We completed 6 of these with one remaining, as Andrew points out, the Van Buren project. Every month we meet with the deputy commissioner of the Albany water plant, and we go over the status of each of these projects. Right now, and I believe at some point we will have for you a little narrative as to where we stand financially. We will be getting a check from the city of Albany, and we will be writing them a check as well for the work that they're doing and that we've been reimbursed for. All of it is reimbursed through the Environmental Facilities Corporation.
Oh, yep, go ahead,
I just want to ask,
Councilmember.
when is the
completion date for the work in South Troy, the Van Buren and everything? A lot of people in the neighborhood are asking me, when is this going to be over?
Absolutely, yeah, and I could understand why it's a big project, and we're
Yeah.
closing down a whole block of Second Street next week between I do believe that's Jackson and Monroe, because we're installing 720 feet of 36-inch pipe, and it's and we have some large concrete structures, they're 4 or 5 ton concrete structures, catch basins and things. So the anticipated date for completion is at the end of October, early November. Yep. Yeah, so we'll be hopefully done and out of there. You know, they're moving along pretty good. Louisi's on that project. They won the bid. So, and they're pretty confident with their work down there.
Thank you.
Write that down.
Mhm. Okay, do we have any other questions?
Yes, other questions, certainly. Russ, could you bring us up to speed on the water transmission project from, the reservoir?
The reservoir. To date, 45,000 linear feet of 36-inch diameter pipe has been installed. That constituted phase one. Phase two, we're working with CDM Smith right now. There's a few issues that we have to resolve. Two of which are land acquisition that we're going through some private property with two transmission mains. Another issue is we have a very deep, shall I say, combination excavation and boring of the transmission mains. This is on the order of, believe it or not, 30 feet deep. So we're working with them right now on the technical aspect of that. And we'll be meeting with them in about a month to go through some of these various items. I don't have a target date when this will start as yet, because we have to acquire some private property.
And what is the time frame? I understand that you can't move forward but what is the overall projected?
I'll have a better sense of that in about a month, after we have an opportunity to meet with the individual homeowners and also go over with the contractor the projected time frame as far as scheduling the boring aspect of it.
And for the new members who this is new to them, can you just give us a quick overview and then discuss the financing of, we finished phase two, but phase one, but looking forward to phase two.
Yes, I believe we have about did we have about $1 million?
I think it's closer to 20. I think there's 20 million.
Yeah. Right now, we don't have a complete estimate in that, but it is about 20 million we have meaning in that. And again, I would like to provide a thorough description once we get advanced more of the drawings and we get closer to the cost estimate for the tunneling of the project. Again, it's 30 feet below grade, and it's a very significant piece of it.
Chair?
Yeah.
Approximately how long is that project? You said 45,000 feet
Well,
for phase one, phase two shorter than that? or-
it's shorter than that.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, anybody else have any questions?
Well, I'm curious about where we are with the emergency declaration for Eddie's Lane.
To date, we've completed the repacking of two of the valves that were leaking and the leaking of the 700 horsepower and 500 horsepower pumps. Last week, we completed an efficiency testing of the 500 horsepower pump. That pump is pumping about 4.5 million gallons a day. It needs to pump 5.5 million. Tomorrow at 8:30, we're meeting with the contractor to look at replacement of the impeller and some wearings that are contributing to the low efficiency. We do apparently have available to us parts for both the 500 horsepower and 700 horsepower pumps. That serves 100,000 people in 9 municipalities. It would be important to look at renovating both these pumps. That could give us up to 10 more years of lifespan for both the pumps. we are looking, initially, we were looking at replacing this 30-inch diameter intake pipe, which was very badly corroded and throughout its entire length. That was very substantially involved to take this out of service, cut the floor slab, cut that out, and replace it. At this point, we're looking at using a carbon fiber, epoxy impregnated carbon fiber wrap to encapsulate that pipe, wrap it around the concrete thrust block, as well as the dresser cup. That seems to be the best approach. That material is very hard to come by, and getting the contractor in is about 2 months away from completion of that work. 2 weeks ago, we had a Teams meeting with an expert in using that material out of Arizona, who was a consultant to CDM Smith. And we made arrangements to advance that and is currently under the final design phase right now.
Where are we in terms of how much have we spent thus far on this emergency declaration?
I can't answer that just yet because those prices are still coming in.
And we haven't purchased the material to encapsulate the pipe yet?
Well, we're purchasing it. We authorized him to get the material, and then the contractor involved is going to be. Right now, it's just hard to get people to work on this right now. It's a confined space, but we anticipate completion of it in about 2 months.
Okay, so this was an emergency declared in January,
Yes, it was.
and we are looking to do the work in September, August?
I would say probably August. Yes. This problem is a very serious problem. Right now, we have 2 controllers that are pneumatically actuated using water inside an high voltage electrical cabinet. Both these controllers are leaking at this time. This is vintage 1963. So as we're working on this, we're going to have to replace. We found a number of items that we have to replace. Both these cabinets are a hazard. We're working with Ross Valve to replace these. We replaced already, as I indicated, 2 valves, and we have to upgrade these 2 heavy-duty motors. Again, it was appropriate that we declared that an emergency. Very much so.
Well, I guess we can agree to disagree on that one, whether or not it was an emergency or whether or not it was routine maintenance, but
But I don't view that as routine maintenance at all. And that's why that was brought to my attention by DPU forces, and I'm grateful they did. We could have had a catastrophic event.
but now 8 months into it, we haven't had any catastrophic.
We've been lucky. It's as simple as that. We've simply been lucky.
Thank you, Russ.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any other questions?
I had a quick question regarding lead service lines.
Okay,
I was wondering if the city has any plans to go out to bid for additional contractors for lead service line replacements. I know we have 1 contractor right now with 2 crews.
That's correct.
Are there any plans to add additional resources to that?
That will be another contract that we're going to let for 2025. Our hope is to reach 1,000 replacements.
So to go out to bid in 24 for a contract starting in 25?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And also I'll note that Thane is adding a 3rd crew strictly for verification purposes for the potholing and to work on the inventory, which is due October 16th. So they'll be adding an additional 3 to 4 people on their team.
Excellent.
So,
So the plan is still 400 lines this year?
yeah, I think we'll be able to do that easily.
I would like to share a thought, if I may. on the Eddie Lane pump station. We did have to phase that remediation, and we did complete the first phase, and which was stopping 14,000 gallons a day leaking from that. And we did replace a valve and provide isolation valving. So I wanted to offer that as a point of clarification. It might be beneficial if next time I have a report for you all, written report with photographs showing what was accomplished. I think that would help a lot.
The chair.
Okay.
Yeah, going back to that. So the original cause for the emergency was the corroded line, right? The possibility that that would rupture.
Possibility of that rupturing, as well as the leaking. Each pump was leaking and each valve was leaking.
Okay.
And we didn't want to run the risk of having a fracture in the valve or an issue with the pumps. During the process of us working on this, we found that two of the controllers, as I said, which are actuated by their pneumatic valves, the solenoid valves, are actually water actuated and all combined with an high voltage electrical cabinet. So that's another aspect that we encountered.
Well, I definitely trust your judgment with, declaring a state of emergency as being necessary.
Well,
So,
if that were to rupture, it would have been catastrophic. There's a 30-inch diameter line coming directly by gravity
Yep.
from the water plant. And right now we have no notification whatsoever when that ruptures.
sure.
So that's
Mm.
why we're
Yeah.
very aggressively, we're making tremendous headway with this. And we have a lot of good people responding to the
Good.
problem with us.
Thank you. All right. Does anybody else wish to speak before, we make a motion to adjourn? Okay, so we'll take a motion to adjourn. All right. Do we have a second? Yes. Second, okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
City of Troy.
No, this past week. We might need it. Do we need the table?
But remember, part of that emergency Okay. Here we go.
Finance, all you. Are we on? We're good?
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Finance Committee of the Troy City Council. Today is June 6th. It is 6:30, and please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. United States of America. Councilmember Brosnan.
Here.
Councilmember McLaren,
Present.
Councilmember Vera,
Present.
Councilmember Soriento.
Here.
Councilmember Casey.
Here.
And I am present. Have one absent. Councilmember Keel is absent. At this point in time, the agenda includes 3 ordinances, 2 of which are transfer of funds, a settlement of claims, and a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a cooperative agreement. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on any agenda item? Anyone wishing to speak tonight? This is the public forum on the agenda. Anyone wishing to speak? Seeing none, we'll move along. Ordinance 31. Ordinance transferring funds within the 2024 general fund for fire department turnout gear. Councilmember Casey, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Brosnan, second.
Second.
Councilmember McLaren. Discussion on the resolution. I see the chief is here. If anyone has any questions for him.
Council.
Councilmember Brosnan.
Yeah, I love that we're doing it. When I was looking at how many new firefighters came in, versus how much the turnout gear cost, is it just replacing some and not all of the gear? It's just replacing what's necessary?
Maria, could you give the mic to the chief, please?
Good evening. It's kind of a combination of both. Out of that uniform budget line, we use both our work duty, our duty uniforms, our Class A dress uniforms, and our turnout gear. So we had the 9 new firefighters. There was a bunch of that. A bunch of that money was used there. And then we also do a year, twice a year, we inspect our turnout gear. We call it before and after fire season. So we do inspections to identify any weakness, holes, tears, and like that. And we typically send them out for repair. During this last inspection, we had 4 sets that the damage to the gear coupled with the age of the gear, it really wasn't cost effective to repair it. So we ended up replacing an additional 4 sets at approximately $4,000 a piece. So that's kind of where that comes in.
Very cool.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah.
see what's going on.
Any other questions for the chief? Thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is carried, 6 ayes. Ordinance 32, ordinance transferring funds within the 2024 general fund for fire vehicle repairs. Councilmember Casey, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Brosnan, second.
Second.
Councilmember Vera. Discussion on the resolution. Guess you're good to go, Chief. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 6-0. Ordinance 33, ordinance authorizing settlement of claim to wit Troy Riverwalk LLC et al. Petitioners versus City of Troy et al. Respondents Supreme Court, Rensselaer County. Index number, I need to put on my glasses for this one. EF 2023-274-901. Councilmember Casey, Council President Steele, at the request of the administrator. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Brosnan, the second.
Second.
Councilmember Vera. I see we have Rick Morrissey here from the Corporation Counsel's office. If anyone has any questions for Rick.
Council President,
Councilmember Vera.
I don't have any questions for Rick. I just want to say thank you for the memorandum. I think that clarifies any questions I would have had. So thank
Okay.
you.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's adopted 6-0. Resolutions, Resolution 99, resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a home consortium cooperation agreement with the city of Schenectady and the town of Colony. Council President Steele, at the request of the administration. Do I have a motion? Motion. Councilmember McLaren, seconded by
Second.
Councilman Vera. Discussion on the resolution. Seeing and hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 6-0. You're off the hook. But thank you for attending anyway. I would entertain a motion at this time.
Motion.
Councilmember Soriento, seconded by Councilman Vera. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. I guess. Where are we on? Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Troy City Council. This is the regular meeting, June 6th. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Brosnan,
Here.
Councilmember Spain McLaren.
Here.
Councilmember Vera,
Present.
Councilmember Soriento.
Here.
Councilmember Casey, Council President Steele.
Present.
6 are present, 1 is absent.
At this time, we will have a public forum. It's for anyone who wishes to speak on any item on the agenda. The agendas are available at the back of the room if you wish to take a look. Is there anyone who wishes to speak on any item on the agenda? This is your opportunity to come forward and speak on any item on the agenda. And for the third time, I will ask, does anyone wish to speak during the public forum on any item on the agenda? If so, please come forward. Seeing none, we'll move on. The agenda includes ordinances and resolutions, all of which have been through committee previously. So if we seem to be rushing through, it's not that we haven't discussed them. And there will be a public forum at the end, at the conclusion of our meeting. So if you have anything that you wish to speak about that's not on the agenda, that will be your opportunity. Ordinances, ordinance 24.
Ordinance 24, ordinance accepting transfer of a water line constructed by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to supply City of Troy drinking water to Waterford and Half Moon, and accepting water line utility easements located on private lands in the City of Troy at or near 1011 2nd Avenue. Councilmember Casey, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Brosnan, second.
Second.
Councilmember McLaren. Discussion on the resolution. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 noes. Ordinance 24 passes.
Ordinance 26.
Ordinance 26, ordinance authorizing settlement of claim to wit City of Troy plaintiff versus Citibank, NA as trustee for CMLTI Asset Trust and Bay Servicing, LLC defendants, Troy City Court, index number CR 0618-20. Councilmember Soriento, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Brosnan, second.
Second.
Councilmember Vera. Discussion on the resolution or the ordinance. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 noes. Ordinance 26 passes.
Ordinance 27.
Ordinance 27, ordinance transferring funds within the 2024 general fund for facilities maintenance, equipment repair. Councilmember Casey, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Soriento with a second by Councilmember Brosnan. Discussion on the resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 noes. Ordinance 27 passes.
Ordinance 30.
Ordinance 30, ordinance amending the 2024 special revenue fund budget to accept and appropriate American Rescue Act funds from Rensselaer County for the Knickerbocker Ice Rink Restoration Project. Councilmember Casey, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Soriento with a second by Councilmember Brosnan. Discussion on the ordinance. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 nos, ordinance 30 passes.
Ordinance 31.
Ordinance 31, ordinance transferring funds within the 2024 general fund for fire department turnout gear. Councilmember Casey, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren with a second by Councilmember Brosnan. Discussion on the ordinance? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 nos, ordinance 31 passes.
Ordinance 32.
Ordinance 32, ordinance transferring funds within the 2024 general fund for fire vehicle repairs. Councilmember Casey, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Brosnan, second.
Second.
Councilmember Soriento. Discussion on the ordinance. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 nos, ordinance 32 passes.
Ordinance 33.
Ordinance 33, ordinance authorizing settlement to claim to it Troy Riverwalk LLC et al. Petitioners versus City of Troy et al. Respondents, Supreme Court, Rensselaer County, index number EF 2023-274901. Councilmember Casey, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Brosnan, second.
Second.
Councilmember. Discussion on the ordinance. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 nos, ordinance 33 passes.
Resolution 92.
Resolution 92, resolution of the Troy City Council recognizing Pride Month. Councilmember Soriento, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Brosnan, second.
Second.
Councilmember Vera. Discussion on the resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 nos, resolution 92 passes.
Resolution 93.
Resolution 93, resolution to declare June 2nd, 2024 as Cancer Survivors Day in the city of Troy. Councilmember Casey, Councilmember Brosnan, Councilmember Keel, Councilmember Soriento, Council President Steele, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I don't believe it's a sponsor you count.
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren. Seconded by
Second.
Councilmember Brosnan. Discussion on the resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 nos, resolution 93 passes.
Resolution 94.
Resolution 94, resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract to receive American Rescue Plan Act ARPA funds from Rensselaer County for the expenses of renovation and improvement of the Knickerbocker recreational facility. Councilmember Casey, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Brosnan with a second by Councilmember Soria. Discussion on the resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 nos, resolution 94 passes.
Resolution 95.
Resolution 95, resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contractual addendum with the Troy Industrial Development Authority, Troy IDA, to assist the Lansingburg building assessment. Councilmember Casey, Councilmember Keel, Councilmember Brosnan, Councilmember Soriento, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren, second.
Second.
Councilman Vera. Discussion on the resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained.
I think that we have two recusals. Both Councilmember Brosnan and I are members of the IDA, so we will recuse. That allows a vote of what?
4 ayes, 2 abstain, 1, so 4-2, resolution 95 passes.
Thank you. Resolution 99.
Resolution 99, resolution authorizing mayor to enter into a home consortium cooperation agreement with the city of Schenectady and town of Colony. Council President Steele, at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren, second
Second.
by Councilmember Brosnan. Discussion on the resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
6 ayes, 0 nos, resolution 99 passes.
At this time, we'll open it up to a public forum on any item that anyone wishes to speak. we would ask that you come forward to the mic and give us your name and your place of residence. It doesn't have to be your actual street address, but if you would just tell us whether you're a resident of Troy. Does anyone wish to speak at the public forum? Greg?
Hi, guys. I'm Greg Campbell Cohen, Ida. I wanted to cover two items really quickly that were covered in the public utilities meeting. The first, Jonna unfortunately had to tuck the little one's wife, but she wanted to ask about the status of the lead service line inventory grant that was, I think, just north of $500,000, and if there's any money left over there. I don't know the best time to address that, but I did promise to ask the question.
Okay, we will follow up with that. Thank you.
The second point is on the 400 lead service line replacement target that was mentioned tonight. I am not saying that it doesn't make any sense, but I am saying that it does not make any sense with the information that has been presented to the public to date. Because we want to be spending the money as fast as we're getting it. Like, there's no incentive to leave a lead pipe in the ground for longer than it needs to be there. And we don't have to make this moment last together. I like all of you. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here anymore. I've been doing this for a year and a half. I've spent hundreds of hours clearing the path for Troy, talking to legislators, talking to regulators, talking to administrators, holding back the tide of public outcry to give you guys some wiggle room to figure this out and get things going. 400 pipes is embarrassing as a target for 2024, as far as I know. And I can keep foiling the city and foiling DOH and sending FOIAs to EPA and, talking to everybody out there to try to figure out what could just be said to the public to explain this decision-making rationale. And I will keep doing that. What I'm not going to keep doing is holding back the tide from big advocacy groups or unions or networks of advocacy groups who rely on are deferential to us, asking us, should we be applying pressure right now? Should we? And always our answer is no. Now is not the right time to do that. New administration, they're getting their feet under them. The 400 pipe target does not make any sense. That's back of the envelope math, like a fourth of the amount of money that we have going out the door in 2024. I also just want to raise that, we don't know how these regulations are going to shake out. I can't say confidently what they're going to look like. The EPA is working on draft regulations right now about what to do with cities and towns that have a pattern of violating EPA standards. And right now, one of the things that's on the table is involuntary privatization. Now, I'm not saying that that's likely going to appear in the regulations. I'm not saying that it's likely to happen in Detroit. It's a live possibility. The stakes here are pretty high, and there needs to be a little bit more giddy up on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Does anyone else wish to speak on any item tonight? Last chance. Oh, okay.
Hi, I'm a fairly new resident to Troy. First city council meeting, so I appreciate being here. I appreciate my new city. So I want to just comment on a couple of things. First,
Excuse me, could you give us your name?
I'm sorry, Vincent Strankowski. I live on Delaware Avenue, and I guess what is called Griswold Heights. First, I want to comment on all the paving that's going on, paving, sidewalks, curbs. Very pleased about that, especially since my neighborhood seems to have gotten a major makeover during the last few weeks. I would like to see that continue. There's a lot of areas of Troy that need road improvements, that need sidewalk improvements, that need curbs, where there needs to be new sidewalks so people can actually walk from sections of the city to other sections. The south end does have some areas that could use a few more sidewalks. I would also like to see more lines on the roads. There's lots of roads with faded lines, whether it's yellow, white, crosswalks. We need more of that visual assistance, not just during the day, but at night. I live across the street from the Carroll Hill School, and I work at school too. These two schools see a lot of people driving by very quickly, especially Delaware Avenue. I can't tell you how many people I see zooming down Delaware Avenue doing maybe 50 miles an hour, not just during school hours, after hours, but our neighborhood has a lot of people that walk and enjoy walking, and seeing these people zooming at all times of the day, just not appropriate. So whether that's an answer to speed bumps, speed humps, more of a police presence, I don't know, but something needs to be done. It's not safe. People deserve to be able to walk and enjoy their neighborhood without cars flying down the street, going really just a few blocks. A few seconds they're saving or having fun zooming down the block. It's not acceptable. So that's my input on paving. And like I said, things are looking really good. I hope it keeps going. And my next thing I'd like to say is the city, Troy has a history with trains, which basically was obliterated from what I can tell in maybe the 50s and 60s when you guys did urban renewal. I think Troy needs a train. And my answer to that is bring Metro North up here. I know I'm shooting, for the stars. I know it is a lot of red tape and bureaucracy, but there's no reason why the capital region of New York State does not have a New York train coming to it, servicing it. Heck, send it up to Saratoga. I'm sure they'd love to have the Metro North come up there too. I love Amtrak. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Amtrak. I take it a lot. I enjoy it. But Amtrak is a chore. It's a task. Metro North or anything having to do with public transportation, you make a spontaneous decision, you jump on it, you use it, you go where you want to go. That's what Troy needs. Troy needs people to be able to come up here and appreciate it. People like myself from Long Island would love it up here if they knew more about it and if they could just jump on a train. I grew up with the Long Island Railroad. I love the Long Island Railroad. It's far from perfect, but it got me in the city. It got me all over the island. It got me out to the East End. There's no reason why Troy and Albany and maybe even Saratoga can enjoy some mass transportation that's geared for regular folks on a spontaneous way. And again, I know there are probably areas between Troy, its last stop south of us that don't want Metro North. That's their problem. We'll wait as we go by. But I think a train up here would serve the present, serve the future, and also get back to the roots of the type of city that Troy was based on some of my research. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time and hope to come to more of these meetings.
Thank you, Vincent. Does anyone else wish to speak tonight?
How are you? My name is Mike Stott. I'm a Troy resident. Sorry. I'm also a local musician. I'm not going to take much of your time. I just wanted to come up and talk about the aggressive in Troy. As a musician and just somebody who is young and loves the downtown area, it is out of control. And not only just downtown, but even in the south, we have people going door to door, begging for rides, change, money. I had somebody come to my house this spring begging for rides, just down the hill. I don't know what their intentions are, but I'm going to give you a story. I was catching a slice downtown here the other night with a buddy of mine who works at Spectrum News, and I was greeted by a man with no pants, and he wanted a ride. He wanted money, wouldn't let him in my car, and he followed me to my car. No pants, 11 o'clock. I don't know if there is avenues we can take to get people what they need, care they need. We can just get some B cops maybe to walk the street, get to know the people. It really deters some of these characters from really just bothering people who are just looking to mind their business. I was actually in the McDonald's drive-thru in Huzik Street a couple weeks ago, and there was a panhandler in the drive-thru, just in the drive-thru, looking for money to sing some songs. It's like, buddy, this is what I'm married for. So I just wanted to see if there's anything and bring it to your attention. We can do something to deter these people from just bothering people who are just looking to mind the business, enjoy downtown, and really not have to deal with whatever mental that or whatever trauma that they're kind of putting out there to everybody else. But this is my first time ever here, but I don't think.
Thank you, Mike.
So am I correct? This is the regular open, right?
Yes, it is.
Frank Raven, if you don't remember who I am, I just so we're back representing North Central area. So I just want to say, welcome aboard. I know this is a new council, men and women, and then of course with the administration, the new mayoral administration. North Central wants to first just say thanks for repaving 10th Street Park. It's amazing that took that long, but we got it done, and you should see how many kids are there. It's just amazing. So thank you. You know what I mean? For that, if we can just get an upgrade on those swings now, basically what they want to see is the parents, and most of the parks now, all of the parks, basically other than those, they have where the kids can get on stuff, and when they fall, it's like very soft. It's not a hard landing, and the stuff that they play on is, so the 10th Street Park doesn't have that. It still has like the iron swings and the iron things. And our councilman Ryan, he lived right there, so he's aware of it. So if we can get that rectified, we certainly, I'll tell you right now, you drive by at any time now, 10th Street Park, and you look in there and you see the difference that pavement made. Those kids are playing. And I mean, so we want to say that. We have North Central, we've asked, of course, in our area, we are predominantly of color, and we have all the black pastors. So we have with us, we've asked Bishop Macklin. We've also asked Brother Leonard Davis. He represents the layman's. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but he also is a strong representative of the Baptist Church. We also have representation here from New Hope. We've asked Pastor Barber to be a part of this. We've also have, we should have, I don't know, maybe the rain stopped them, but there's also Renee Powell of the NAACP. There's Snug and Mr. James Chestnut. There's Troy Rook, KP's on board with us on this. So what we're saying is we got to do this together. What we don't want is more shots fired, right? North Central has seen far, like way too much. And so we're trying, our goal is to not have that. We don't want to go to another funeral, and we don't want to even after so, and we had something. With that said, what I want to do is, I want to read to you our mission statement and let you know exactly, this is what we've been trying to do. North Central Community Solidarity Group has been together for the last 9 years. This is our 10th year. And we've been able to accomplish amazing things. We need more. We need more together. And that's why we've been together. I'm going to have them come up and speak just a second before I got on. So before I do, Bishop, L, I'm going to say something on behalf of New Hope.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Carol Harvin, and I live in Troy, New York. And it seems that when it's an issue for things to be rectified in the neighborhoods where it's predominantly people of color, it's a slow start. But if it's someplace else to be planned, the council is first on it. The mayor is first on it. We exist as well. Think about the next time you have your meeting. The city of Troy should be spread out We work on this side, so we work on that side. We did something on that side, so now we work and do something on this side. If you go in the areas of Troy, right around, you know the areas. And you see that some of the cities in Troy are in terrible condition. Why? Because they're in a predominantly Black area. I can say at where I live, they started working on Madison and Monroe. And they're doing an excellent job. Our tax dollars are going to work. But I can't get out of my garage. I can't go right. I have to go in the left and come back the same way I exit. But it's okay. I can live with that. But next time you do something in the city of Troy, make sure it's evenly divided.
Thank you again, and that's Representative. We just had an amazing block party in front of their police that the city allowed them to have. Another thing that I want to just make a point is, and Bishop is going to come up and speak, but I want to make it a point that we are static about, because listen, I've worked with Carmela, our mayor now, with most of everybody there, and I know that you don't want this. I know you don't want more shots fired. I know whatever it will take for Carmela. I know she's just as passionate about stopping it as we are. I really believe that. North Central believes that. What we're asking is, can we all just get the politics out the way, please, and just deal with the people, so we can come together and show them that, because they don't believe it. But I do this every day. I'm in the trenches every day. I'm the one they're looking to shoot. On that building, right? We know this is a Black thing. Right? If we get shots fired right now, anywhere, right? We can 99% of the time it's another Black family risk. Okay, had enough. I went to 16 funerals last year. It's all right, more central. But listen, we believe in what we have. What we're saying is, come together and show that you're together, and they'll believe in it. Because we got to change their mindset. Bishop.
I say thank you for this opportunity. I'm Bishop Dr. Norman Macklin, pastor, New Jerusalem Missionary Baptist Church, and Oakwood Street, across from Stewart's. And I want to say that God bless you all, and pray that you can deliberate without prejudice, without malice towards anyone, and make the city better than what it is now. I would just add that in terms of that young man that came up and talked about street paving and whatnot, I would add that you need street signs. You need street signs, a lot of them, because a lot of them are missing, so people can know where they're going. Even sometimes the police don't, because I do ride-alongs. I work with the police, I work with the fire department, and I get recruitment with them and whatnot. So whatever I can do with the city and for the city, I'm for it. I work with you all. So God bless you, thank you, and let's make Troy a better city for everyone.
Thank you, Bishop.
Yeah, again, we thank the bishop. I thank you for the time we extended to. Again, this is a Black thing. This is nation. So this is like so serious. That is out there. A good take on what's coming. But we need you to come together. Listen, we've had this council. We've had Carmela was sitting right there as our council. They talk together. Listen, that means something, especially in our area. It's I'm gonna try to get through this. Let me just read this to you. So this is what we're about. I don't have my glasses, but this is North Central Community Solidarity. This is our mission. This is why we came together. We got together more than 10 years ago, together and make some things happen. And we need some successes, but we need more from the council, from them. And we need more. So our mission is to educate, enlighten, encourage, and empower everyone. We strive to provide individuals with the knowledge, direction, support, and resources they need to develop positive goals, attitudes, and changes in their lives. We seek to offer everyone opportunities to create a positive, economically sound, and meaningful life. to do this, we work within the community and with the community to affect positive changes for both individuals and the community as a whole. Second, to create a healthier community. To do this by providing healthy and readily available food during times of crisis. Now, when I say healthy food, I'm not just talking about like physical food, all right? I'm talking about like mental food. We have to change these children's minds. We have to feed their brains the right thing. We have to educate them right. They are getting the wrong information, and we're not combating it with anything. We have to provide them with the right nutritional power that will change their paradigm, the way they see things. All right, that's what has to happen. It's imperative that happens, or we're gonna get shots fired, I'm telling you. All right, we're gonna have one hell over summer. All right, so, and that's what we wanna do. And a way to do that, and I wanna make the council, and I see the administration here, one of the things we want is, in fact, we have shots fired and someone gets hit that certainly it wasn't for, because that's most of the time. Right? Can we have a response team? We'll go there. We had a few weeks back, and it's every week, unfortunately, but we had a few weeks back, kid was shot in the Martin Luther King apartments. The Martin Luther King apartments, as we all know, has in Ames Lane. Well, there's no other like thing of egress. There's no other other than that staircase and some broken fence back. Now, because the ones that shot this kid maybe really through that fence. The jury that was maybe should have been repaired. What we're saying is there's one way in and there's one way out. So that whole apartment complex. Let's just say if there's a accident at the top of that complex, right? And there's a 3-car pileup. And then there's something that happens, and then there's a building down in there. How is any of the emergency response team going to get in? Say there's a fire, how are they going to get in? Anybody? All right. And so we really need to look at that. If something happens at the top of that hill, God forbid, attendance down and then something has done. How is anybody going to get in? We're going to helicopter them in. How are we going to get them in? So we got to look at that. Another thing about trade houses, they took away the officers. They took away the housing security, which would have been walking every 15 minutes and could have probably prevented this. What take away the housing? We don't understand. Another thing is, it's an 18-year-old who got shot night, just coming from a friend's house where there was an illegal gathering right next, which housing authority would have saw, but and then he's going home. This guy happens to be the commissioner of Troy Housing's son. How ironic is that? So the commissioner of Troy Housing's son, 13-year-old, gets shot. Trying to make his little curfew that his father and him said. He's shot doing the right thing. Absolutely no response from the council and none of the administration. Nobody went there after the fact. They knew that this kid was not the victim. There's no trauma response team. No one reached out to that. This is the commissioner of Troy Housing Authority's son. No one went there to offer any condolence. No one went there to say, maybe a psychologist team, maybe, a team of pastors and a psychologist and maybe some medical personnel that can go there and say, hey, we're Troy. We're here. We recognize what happened. And we know that it wasn't meant for you. We're here for you. And we're back there. Because see, when that happens, when you don't respond, people recognize that. You don't want to hear what they really say. And then I say, no, they used to do. I'll tell you, I made the call. I had Center 6 there. I had Emma Quinlan. I mean, but we got no response from none of the council and from none of the, nobody.
Gave me a
Thank-
10-minute notice for
All right, I thank you. All right, so we just wanna, if you can do that, if, right? If you can put together that would really go a long way. And you know, and for this, it really would, and we really appreciate it. All right,
Thank you. Thank you.
I think we have others, that you wanna come? All right.
Hello, good evening. My name is Kermit McCauley. I'm a resident of Troy. I'm also the president of North Central. I don't really want to say nothing. I just want to ask each and every one of y'all a question. Because y'all don't show me nothing, but do y'all really care? Y'all in these positions like you care, but you don't do nothing. So do you really care? I understand like the budget, the money and stuff like that, but do y'all show up at the places? Do y'all do things? Do you really care? Hello?
Kermit,
Thank you.
just so you know, this is not a dialogue. This is your opportunity.
I'm not being a dialogue, I just asked a question, that's all.
Right. Well, we're here. We're not allowed to answer. It's
Good evening. My name is Mr. Cliff Conyers, Troy, New York, District 2. I'm gonna be focused on that area. I'm trying to figure out all the panels name there. My thing is dealing with corporate welfare pertaining to like free bus rides to downtown Troy, things of that nature. Does that come through? Well, it's not a dialogue to say, well, I was wondering, does that come through this panel to get voted on? Because I strongly believe that everybody in Troy should be benefiting from that type of services on certain occasions. I'm District 2. I'll be, like I said, I'm gonna repeat myself. I'm be looking at that district and seeing what District 2 representative is doing for that area, but I'm gonna be looking at the overall performance on the board. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's basically, you can look forward to much more from, North Central and a lot of us. We will have time. I can almost assure you that on July 5th, I believe that will be after the 4th of July, where we're trying to have something that will be back. Like we really just don't want, I'm pretty sure, we believe in. So please just come together and let's see what we can do together to get a word in. Shots fired, talk to us. We have a program. We want some of that ARPA fund to come out where we have 347 and 349 Main Street that belongs to Mr. George Legion of the Wisdom Groups. That's available to us now. He wants to make that where we can make an impact. Center, not a community center. We play more basketball, more games. We have Ovation involved. We have the mentor. Again, we have NAACP, Troy. We have so many entities that want to be involved. We want to be a part of that. It's the perfect location at 347 and 349. So we're pursuing to you, look at that, because that's something that will, again, there will be an impact in you, and we can assure you that it will make a astounding impact. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is, again, together on the 15th, that's the 15th, next Saturday, we are going to, at the Troy Bowl, we're always extending themselves to us. We're going to have a fundraiser. We have Juneteenth coming up. We also have the 4th of July coming up. Fireworks, wow, we don't need any more popping around here, but so on the 15th at the Troy Bowling Alley, we're going to have a fundraiser where since you're going to be there, they're going to allow us to go around from 1 o'clock in the PM. We're asking all of the council, we're going to have someone come through there. They just have a good time. We have some new stuff going on. Things going on. We got some hot dogs and some new baked things going on. We have a special raffles going on. Every dime will go to making things right for Juneteenth and making things right for the 4th of July. Our goal on the 4th of July is basically to get us together and looking to have a grand party and working with our city clerk and a few other to try to get these dates arranged. We have that. Thank you for the MIT grant. that is going to also help us enhance the beautification of Inchwood Park. Thank you for that. We got some amazing stuff coming in. You might want to come through and see it. We will send you pictures of that. But the 15th, mark the date, next Saturday, Trail Bowling Alley. As many people as you can there. Let's have a good time with that. All the proceeds will go to a Juneteenth thing, and then 4th of July thing. It's just a Black cultural thing. We are amazing and above and disgusted about, the Black facts surrounding the violence around us. So, help ourselves, become a part of it, show up, and let's keep this together. Thanks for the time, the extended time.
Thank you.
No Central.
Thank you, Frank.
I have to say, this is the best mic system I've ever had at a city council meeting before. So I appreciate that. We've made a few improvements. You also have to excuse me, Melissa. My name is Megan. I use they and them pronouns. I'm the founder of Colors of Pride. I'm a little disappointed because obviously the council member that I'm here to address, coincidentally, although I'm sure it's not a coincidence, is not here tonight, but I'll still address him as it is. So I'm here tonight to address the fact that Mr. Keel was the only member of the council, really the only member of our city government, right? Because our deputy mayor, our mayor, voted yes to LGBTQ plus Pride resolution for June being an LGBTQ plus Pride month. And he's not here, but we can speak as if he was. It's really alarming to me, not only that Mr. Keel voted no, but that he was the only one who voted no. He voted no against his entire party who runs our city government. I haven't heard much of an explanation, but I do have a group of folks who are going to start calling and emailing his office daily, and so we can get a response about why that no vote was happening. We're also starting an educational campaign in his district, District 1, to make sure that all of his constituents know that he voted no, because I'm pretty sure he probably represents some LGBTQ plus folks. But just to kind of level, it's very dangerous to have these kind of people, especially when they're making decisions for us, right? We just heard an amazing testimony from this group of folks about what happens when our representatives are not representing us. And right now, because Mr. Keel is not here to defend himself, and has not issued a reason why, I'm going to take his no vote against this proclamation, this resolution of making June an LGBTQ plus Pride Month, mean that he does not support LGBTQ plus people. I don't really know how else to take that no vote without him being here to face us, or coincidentally not being at this meeting. But just want to kind of lift that. Also want to thank the council for the rest of your votes in yay, as well as the administration. But even this one bad apple in the group is a really alarming and dangerous thing. So now that we've been made aware of it, we're going to mobilize a campaign to try to make sure that all of the constituents and people know what Mr. Keel voted on. And I'm hopeful that we'll at least be consistent next year when it's an election year, and not just vote yes for the vote. So thank you for having me tonight. Thank you, Megan.
Does anyone else wish to speak tonight? I'm not seeing anyone else, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
I'll
Made
second.
by Councilmember Brosnan, seconded by Councilmember McLaren. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for your input, and know that we do